Hi Diana, my name is Jeff and I'm a co-founder of Lobo Leads Marketing. I believe my wife Megan spoke with you recently about Bob Davis Electric Company's online presence and how digital marketing can help grow your business, particularly when it comes to gaining new customers. I actually wasn't able to locate a dedicated business site for your company whenever I typed it in on Google and the Google My Business page came up. This is the website, the North Louisiana chapter for NECA is what's tied to it. So what I'll do in this video is go over a few specifics on how to build your site for a dedicated business website and how to beat your competition online. So three things I want to go over today are content, backlinks, and citations. Now, content is anything on the front page of your site that Google can read. So all the text on the front page, all the text within your images, and whatever your images are saved as. Now, to be considered an authority in Google's eyes, you're going to want to have at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on your front page, and you're going to want it to be stuffed with content that has to do with buyer intent. So for you specifically, you'd be looking at things like electrician Shreveport, Shreveport electrician, that actually yields different results, and other keyword phrases along those lines. That way, when anyone types those searches into Google, their website will be the one that pops up. So since you don't have a website right now, we'll go ahead and take a look at one of your top competitors in the area. I'm showing here, it is Jack Spring Electrical Contractors, and as you can see, they have various different pictures, all the text on here. This is all considered content. So Google essentially combs through this, looks for those keywords, and it's important to remember that the 1,500 to 2,000 words of content, because what that does is it allows you to input those specific keywords throughout the page without it looking like you're just cramming keywords in there, because Google is smart enough to realize that. So the typical ratio we suggest is about one keyword phrase to every 100 to 150 words of content. That way you can get about 15 to 17 keyword phrases on your page, and Google to be able to view that as a credible source of information. So the nice thing about having a dedicated business page is not only you're being able to target those specific keywords, but you can also include customer reviews and testimonials. You can include links to social media pages if you have any. And then you can also include pictures of previous projects, because people love pictures, especially if you do any kind of like before and afters or anything like that. Users and visitors to your website absolutely eat that up. Now, the next thing I want to go over is something called backlinks. The thing with Google is it can be like a popularity contest, because they judge you based on how many websites are pointing back at you. But it's very important to remember, not all backlinks are created equal, so you're going to get a lot more power and influence from a backlink that is related to your industry, such as an electrician blog that mentions your company, or a popular website that features various types of home services, something that has to do with the services you offer. You're going to get a lot more power and influence from that, as opposed to, say, a backlink from your local Domino's pizza. And so what I did is I plugged in Jack Spring Electrical Contractors website here just as a baseline. And as you can see, they have 523 backlinks from 65 domains. That means that there are 65 websites pointing back to Jack Spring 523 times. And what that does is it builds their credibility and their trustworthiness in the eyes of Google, pushing them further up in the rankings. And you'll see here that they have 83 organic traffic. That means there's 83 users visiting their site as of last month, over the course of the past month. So if you're able to convert even a handful of those into paying customers, then you're going to see your overall revenue definitely increase, and sometimes dramatically, depending on how much volume you can capture from those online searches. So The last thing that I wanted to go over with you is something called citations. Citations are very important and may be extremely important for you since you don't have a website established right now. It takes your Google My Business and places it in a spot where it could actually yield some traffic. So whenever you do a search for a particular service, like your customer would, for example, electrician, and then they'll say like near me or near my location, and what Google does is it automatically inputs based on their location, their nearby city. So anyone in the city of Shreveport or Bossier City or wherever you might be servicing, if they put an electrician in front of it and then near me, that's what's going to populate with it. And the first thing you'll notice is this big chunk of space that comes up. It's called a Google Map Pack. And again, you can see Jack Spring Electric is there at the top. And the way that you get into this is, first off, having a well-established Google My Business with a consistent name, address, and phone number that you will then place across the different directories online. So you've heard of many of them, I'm sure: Angie, Home Advisor, Yelp, House, Porch. There's hundreds of them out there, and the determining factor of where you land on this map pack is the number of citations that you have. So all you really have to do is just see, okay, Jack Spring has X number of citations. We'll get that many citations plus an additional 20 to 30%. That way we make sure that we have more, and over time you'll see your rankings slowly go up there. And by the time you pass them and you've been adding citations over time, you'll the Jack Spring or whomever the top competitor is at the time won't even realize what's happened, and so you'll retain that top spot. There's a lot of traffic that goes into this Google Map app because of how much space it takes up. It takes a lot of effort for people to scroll past it and then scroll down to an actual page. So yeah, that's kind of the high level view of how digital marketing works for businesses online. If you are interested in learning more about it, or if you want to discuss it further, please do give Megan a call back. Her number is 210-865-0718, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Thanks for watching.